Leopard meet face. Oh my goodness. So I'm not gonna lie, I have a guilty pleasure, all right? And it is a song. And this song is probably one of my favorite songs that is playing currently. And it's a song of black and brown people crying about how there are racists within the Republican Party. I'm not gonna lie, that is my favorite song of all time. And it just keeps on playing on repeat over and over and over and over again. Number one on the Billboard charts is going to be our favorite Indian. That is going to be Dinesh D'Souza. Now, for those of you who don't know Dinesh D'Souza has built his, political career basically on top of, the death of black people, okay? That is what he is. Nothing more than a token Indian on the Republican right to bolster, racism, to bolster anti-black racism, to bolster white nationalism, to bolster white supremacy, to bolster everything that is wrong with this country. That's what he has been. He has been racist little Indian attack dog, okay? If they needed someone who wasn't black to approve of, George Floyd or something, or say that it was in fentanyl, they would get little Dinesh to come out and go and attack. Okay, if they needed a policy that would have negatively impacted people, they'll get little Dinesh to come out and attack. If they needed a movie or propaganda, Dinesh was really big when it came to movies and put out propaganda. He did like 40 Mules or something like that. I remember when they were talking about, the election was stolen, Well, Dinesh, he took it upon himself to put out his documentary. And he's put out a whole bunch of documentaries, comparing Trump to Lincoln and all this and yada, yada, yada. That's who Dinesh is. Beta! What is recently happening is that there's been, there's been an awakening. That's the best way to describe this. Because you have people like Dinesh who are now crying, okay? They are crying because there are attacks on Indian people that are happening from the right. And you want to know who their scapegoat is? This is, because you have to understand, it's a little hard to get someone to speak the truth if their payment is from them speaking lies. That's what you have to understand. So when I see people like Brandon Talmud and the rest of them, it's going to be very difficult for someone to turn down a paycheck. It's not going to happen. You have people, criticizing Matt Walsh. You have people criticizing Michael Knowles and whatnot. And they're saying, hey, you should just leave the Daily Wire and start your own thing. Listen, it's a little hard when you become an adult, especially if they have kids and they have families, to turn down a paycheck, despite it being in your vested interest as a group, as a whole, to do such.
Make your money, whore.
But the problem now is that people are turning on the likes of Dinesh, the likes of, Kunduz Owens and the rest of them. And the reason being is that they're racist. That's the reason being. They spent their entire time trying to uplift and trying to be a shield for these racists, all to turn around and now get bit by the racist dog that they were trying to protect.
Ironic.
Now the racist said, you know what? I'm going to beat you. I'm going to beat you and throw you out of here, okay? Because I don't even need you anymore. He puts out a post talking about, look at the abuse that Vivek is getting, okay? Look at the racism that's being targeted towards Vivek on his, his little photo with his family. You guys are going to lose the black and the brown vote on the GOP if you guys keep this up. This is what Tucker has done. I don't know how to explain this to these people because I think they are being paid to be dense in this regard, obviously. But Tucker had nothing to do with the attacks on Vivek Ramaswamy. Tucker has nothing to do with the attacks on Dinesh D'Souza and Indians. That has nothing to do with this. This is who the party really is. This is what I've said ad nauseum. I said, hey, the core of this party, the silent majority of the party is racist. Damn. Now, I know that there are a lot of Republicans out there that wanted to get up. Because that's not true. You lost me with that one. Listen, I know you vocal minorities who think that, hey, we're all for immigration as long as it's legal. Hey, we just want America. Okay, for Americans, that's what we want. I don't care if you're black, white, and all that. You're a minority within the Republican Party. I don't know if you happen to know this. A minority. The vast majority, they may be silent. Okay, now they're not being so silent, but the vast majority of the Republican Party for quite some time has been nothing but racist bigots. That's what, many people have been trying to tell you. I've been telling you this. Nobody wants to listen. Now that they're starting to come out and be like, yeah, I don't want to be represented by Dinesh D'Souza. He's Indian. tell his Indian self to go back to India and make India great again, right? In the picture of Vivek Ramaswamy with his kids smiling and everything, you have people trying to say, hello, my fellow whites, like he's one of them. And I've said this, they don't view you as one of them. You are nothing more than a useful idiot to them. You are a tool for their disposal. That's all you will ever be. And to be honest with you, that's what Dinesh really knows. He knows he's nothing more than a tool. That's what Vivek Ramaswamy knows. He knows he's nothing more than a tool. There's no way to deny this. When you have Ann Coulter talking about you are the greatest candidate on stage, but I wouldn't vote for you because you're Indian.
I still would not have voted for you because you're an Indian.
Damn! Like, I don't know how much... how much more blatant they can be. But because they have promoted low IQ simpletons simply off the basis of race, if we're gonna be honest, that's the irony. They constantly want to talk about DEI and bastardize it, but the DEI that you think is happening, that has happened within the Republican Party. That has happened within the Conservative Party. You have a lot of these Indians and blacks that are low IQ that don't know anything about anything, but because they were tap dancing and telling you what you wanted to hear, you were like, yeah, let's go Dinesh. Yeah, let's go Vivek. Now, now they're like, matter of fact, you had them call out Vivek not too long ago, talking about, hey, you don't even worship the same God as us.
Throughout the course of the lecture, you talked an awful lot about God and faith. And there were some men that come up here and they ask you about your Hindu religion. But my suspicion is if they didn't mention that, you would have omitted who that God was throughout the course of the entire lecture. And most of the people in this room here would leave thinking you were talking about the only true God, Jesus Christ. And God has a name, and Hinduism is a wicked pagan religion.
Damn. And it is absolutely glorious. It's absolutely glorious. I'm glad this is happening. I genuinely am glad. Like I said, it's my favorite song. I love seeing this because you have people like Dinesh who thought they were going to go under the radar. They thought as long as they could attack black people, white massa was never going to whip them. They were under the impression that they were one of them, that they had the complexion for the protection.
Wake up, nigga.
Why on earth would you think that the racist white people would view you as one of them? You are nothing more and everything less. Damn, that's what you don't understand. And that's the funny part of all of this, because I'm gonna do another video on the absolute implosion of the Republican Party, because they have two paths to take, and they're gonna have to choose one path over the other very soon when we come to those midterms and then we come to the general election. That being said, what is happening to Vivek Ramaswamy, what's happening to Dinesh D'Souza, what is going to happen to Patrick Bet-David, gotta do a video on that Looney Tune, but what is happening to a lot of these black and brown people who thought, if I just attack black people, right, if I just repeat and regurgitate talking points, I'll be okay. That, once again, their house was built on the sand. And there's a rush, a tsunami of racism that's coming that is destroying their house. So many of them are going to be homeless. They're going to be politically homeless. And the funny part is, you've always been politically homeless. They never liked you, Vivek. They never liked you, Dinesh. They have told you time and time again, you're not like us. You're not one of us. We don't want you here. Go back to your country of origin. Okay, go back to your parents' country of origin and make that place great again. Make India great again. Take Dinesh D'Souza with you. Take what's her name? Who changed her name? I forgot her name. Nikki Haley, right? Her name not even Haley, right? Nikki Haley. Take her with you. Go back to your homeland and make that country great again. Stop telling us good white people about our country and how to make it great. That's what you need to do, and that's what they need to hear. That's what they need to hear. This is what I've told you guys. Like, listen, they don't like y'all. Anyways, guys, that's the video. Let me know what you guys think. Whether or not you believe, look, we're not racist. We just want to let them know that, they're American. They're just a little less American than, some of us white American. Or if you don't believe, oh no, I know, I get it. I absolutely understand how the party is. You don't have to explain it to me. I absolutely understand. It's these foreigners, right, who come in here and they think they can tap dance and put on a cowboy hat and wear an American flag, and then everybody would see them as American. No, they're sadly mistaken, and now they're getting a wake-up call. Anyways, if you happen to disagree, you know where to find me Thursday through Saturday. Disagreement day, number on screen, you call and we duke it out. Otherwise, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please feel free to like, share, comment, let me know what you guys think, and subscribe, and all that fun stuff. Till next time, guys, be amazing.
I still would not have voted for you because you're an Indian.